And now the Bills. They came out on the short end of a 21-10 AFC title game today in Cincinnati. The offense was sluggish, the defense suffered a rash of injuries, and overall the team was just outplayed by the Bengals. The boys from the jungle led all game long, scoring first and last. Ickey Woods even got to do his dreaded Ickey shake twice after scoring touchdowns on short runs. Frustration really set in on the Bills in the second half. They couldn't move the ball on offense, had lousy field position, and the cornerback Derek Burrows got kicked out of the game for taking a swipe at Cincinnati's Tim McGee. Mark Cooper will talk in detail about the game later in sports. But for now, our team coverage of the post-game activities, beginning with Bob Kaczynski, who caught up with the Bills arriving back in western New York this evening.
Hopes of a jubilant return to Pryor Aviation evaporated tonight with the loss to the Bengals. But players' wives gathered, awaiting the arrival of their disappointed husbands. One player's son, obviously too young to yet understand, showed off the Ickey shuffle that he had picked up from watching the contest earlier this afternoon. When the team did touch down, the players had reactions ranging from the disappointed to the philosophical.
We lost, and it's just a situation, you just got to take things in stride. It's pretty hard to say, well, we'll look forward to next year, but that's the situation. And again, to me and stuff, it's back to the real life. I got to go back home to the little ones. So again, get ready over the off season, relax and take it easy, enjoy the family, and then get ready for next year.
Cincinnati was a better team today. Basically, that's looking back at it, they played better than we did. We didn't play very smart at times in the game and made some mistakes and didn't take advantage of opportunities when we had them.
Kind of hard to swallow, but life's a bitch and then you die.
While the players' wives were the one to greet them inside the terminal, several hundred fans awaited the players out on Worley Drive. And for that story, we throw it now to Sheila Mahoney.
And that's what some 200 hardcore Bills fans turned out to say to their heroes. Cheektowaga and NFTA police blocked the entrance to Pryor Aviation to keep fans off the grounds, but that didn't dampen anyone's team spirit. They waited at the entranceway in the freezing cold to say hats off and nice try.
It was disappointing, but I'm proud of them. Proud to see them go this far, taking us with them.
Concerned about liability problems, airport management has been keeping fans away from their team. But many here believe the Bills deserved a more elaborate homecoming.
We came down here to see the Bills. We're the fans. They're our team. We have a right to see them, come home, give them a good homecoming and all. And they're not letting us do it, and I really don't feel that's right.
But these fans made the best of it, battling the cold, cheering on the returning Bills with an eye toward the future.
Our city's on the rise. Our team's on the rise. Next year, we're all the way, along with our city. Buffalo Bills, #1!
While the Bills didn't come home with a victory, the fans can be thankful for the season they gave us. In Cheektowaga, Sheila Mahoney, Channel 7 Eyewitness News, Nightcap.
Thanks, Sheila. I'm sure the Bills players were also appreciative of the fans who braved the cold and freezing winds tonight at Pryor to welcome them back. For those Buffalo fans who made the trip to Cincinnati, it must have been a very long ride home tonight, just as it was for the team members. Nightcast reporter Keith Radford reports on their day in the jungle.
Well, this may have been the jungle, but when the Bills hit the field, they knew their fans had made the trek to Cincinnati.
Buffalo Bill, how are you?
All right, I'm doing fine. I'm coming down here with my 6 shooters to back up Jim Kelly.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. When they can do a shot, I'm going to pop him with a cap.
But it wasn't meant to be. The Bills just couldn't get the points on the board in the second half. And when the final whistle blew, Buffalo fans realized there'd be no trip to Miami, no Super Bowl.
I was the only one in the stands that cried, but I cried. We're still #1.
Both teams played really good. A couple turnovers at a bad point, but better team maybe won today,
Is it worth the trip down here?
Oh, it's worth the trip. Yeah, we'll be back. Yeah, it was worth the trip.
Next year.
There are hundreds of Buffalo fans here in Cincinnati. They're about to board these buses. They will head home. It is a long 7 or 8 hour drive back to the Queen City. But the feeling is pretty much mutual among everyone we spoke with. The Bills are still #1, and there's always next year. In Cincinnati, Keith Radford, Channel 7 Eyewitness News, Nightcast.
Thanks, Keith. Back at home, those thousands of Bills fans who watched the game on TV here in Western New York were loyal to the end. Nightcast reporter David Collin has that story.
Buffalo streets were barren of traffic. Bills fans were in front of the tube. And from the opening kickoff, they cheered their team. At times, they were deep in thought. And sometimes they looked very concerned. Kevin Carey and Rita Carney Carey were married in South Buffalo Saturday night, and at week's end, they'll head for their new California home. Is this any way to spend the day after the wedding night?
Absolutely, this is the best way to spend it.
Okay, Rita.
20 years for this.
We're together. Whatever we do, we're together. So yes, it is.
At Cinema Pub, they didn't have to have a stadium for the wave.
How you feel about those Bills?
At Shannon Pub in Cheektowaga, they were Bills fans even after the big loss.
Absolutely, all the way. All the way in '89. All the way in '89. And the '90 Super Bowl.
It's been a lot of fun. We thank the Bills a whole lot for this year. It's been wonderful.
Even though the fans are a little disappointed with today's loss, they're still Bills fans. You're still Bills fans? No!
At Shannon Pub in Cheektowaga, David Collin, Channel 7 Eyewitness News, Nightcast.
You know, it may be a bit of a cliche, but there certainly is an awful lot to be proud of with our Buffalo Bills. And like the city itself, the Bills can say we're looking good for next year. Still to come on Nightcast, a Ferrari fire sale. Back
overall, it was a tremendous season. I think they have a lot to be proud of. Throw your hands up, throw